guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are keeping well and doing well. It's been a minute, right? Yeah, guys, welcome back to my kitchen again, guys. I hope you guys are well. I know we're coming back to the normal routine little by little, and I hope you're still keeping safe. Yes, guys, you still have to stay safe, protect yourself, wash your hands, use your face mask when you're going out. Just stay safe and stay positive. Reconnect back safely, guys. Don't reconnect back so rushly. So guys, hope everybody is reconnecting back well. I know I'm planning some few reconnection back soon, so and it's exciting going back out again, seeing all the shelves, everything opening back again. So it's quite exciting now. We'll tend to rush in and start doing things the wrong way. So guys, I'm just here to tell you guys, don't rush, don't do anything in a rush. Stay safe, do your 2-meter distancing anywhere well possible, and wear your face mask or wash your hands. Do whatever you want to do and keep yourself safe and your family safe. So guys, from the title of the video, I know you guys already know what we are doing today. Welcome back to my kitchen. Yes, it's another cooking tutorial. I'm here to teach you guys about how to make meat pie. So as we are going back to our normal routine, some of us may be going back to work or the kids trying to go out. So guys, just some snacks to put into your lunchbox or anything just to take out with you. Something, you know, something juicy for your lunchbox. So it's amazing. The kids will love it. I actually don't know anyone that doesn't like meat pie, like the proper Nigerian meat pie. This is the bomb, guys, even though I'm praising myself. Yes, I'm allowed to give myself some love. So guys, without further ado, let's step into the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you for my old and new subscribers. Keep on supporting your girl, and the best is yet to come. So guys, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for the likes, for the comments. You guys are the best. Thumbs up for you guys. Thank you guys so much. So without further ado, let's step into the tutorial and enjoy watching it. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay blessed. Thank you. Hey guys. Makes the meat to stand at one, not having lumps in it. So if you fry it a little bit before you put water, your Maggi and all those things, it makes the meat to stand out on its own. So that's me putting just a bit of chili to give it taste. Like most of you that have seen my cooking video, you know I like my chili, so I put just a little bit of chili. Then that's it. just to make it a bit spicy. Taste, it's just for taste, nothing so dramatic, just for taste, so that when you're eating the pie you could feel the feeling is tasty. Let it not be tasteless. That's the reason why I'm putting all those spices. I like most of you already know, I like cooking. So, and I want it like when I'm testing it, like, it has to be yummy. I don't like my meat pie being plain. I don't like my meat pie being plain, so I always try to spice it up a bit. That's my cube. That's my chicken no. Sorry guys, that's my chicken no. So that's it. It's literally set, ready to go. So the next thing I need to put is just put my carrots, my potatoes. That's the diced potato. Like I told you guys, I didn't want to show you guys this part. It's just gonna make the video too long. I believe we all know how to dice potatoes. So you just cube the potato, peel them and cube them. It's the Irish potato I use. I just cube them and peel and cube. Make it into cubes, small cubes. Yeah, once I put that, I stir it in again so that all will blend in well. After that stir, I now put my carrots in as well. So by the time I put all this, you see, I always like to get all my things ready before I start cooking. So everything was ready, cubed, washed, and ready to go. So by the time I start, it won't waste much time. So that's me just stirring everything to make sure it fits in. As you can see, my pot is a bit small. I can't remember if I changed the pot or not, but I think it all came out nice at the end anyway. Everything fits in well. And that's the mince ready. Okay, the next part is to make the dough. I made that, cook it, leave it down for it to cool down for 2-3 hours before I make the dough. So now I'm using 2 kg plain flour here. It's important. I don't know the quantity you're making. I'm making this for an order, so that's why I'm using the 2 kg. But if you're doing it for a family, you don't need to use the whole 2 kg, because this 2 kg gives me about 32 or 34 meat pies. So it depends on you. So that's baking powder. For the 2 kg, I put 4 teaspoons of baking powder. But if you're using a 1 kg, you can put 2 spoons of baking powder. If you're using a 500 gram, you put 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So the quantity, I'll try and put it down in the description below so that you understand the quantity. So it depends on the quantity you're making. So just a pinch of salt for taste, because just to balance everything up. And this is optional, you don't need to do it or not, but I like my dough to be sweet, so I put a teaspoon of sugar to it. You remember I'm using 2 teaspoons of flour. I'm using 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm using 2 kg of flour, and I just put those tiny sugar into it just for the taste of the dough, because some people don't normally like eating the filling. So if you are one of those people that don't like eating the filling, you can still eat the dough and it's still tasty. So that's my butter. Normally for 1 kg of flour, use 500 gram of butter, and that will do perfectly. But since I'm using 2 kg, I'm using 1,000 gram of butter. So I hope you understand me. 500 gram of butter for 1 kg flour, and 1,000 gram of butter for a 2 kg flour. So if you're doing 500, so you use 250 grams of butter. So that's the measurement. It's very important for you to get the measurement right. If you don't get the amount of butter right, that's why your dough will end up being strong. So it's the butter that helps the dough to be soft. The butter and the right quantity of water. Okay guys, here I'm rooting in my fruit. I have loads of fruit in the basket, and I I brought a gloves. I didn't want to mix with my hands, so I bought the gloves. But by the time I was trying to pack the fruit from the table to get ready, I went to go and put the hand glove where I don't know. So that's why I'm rooting. Sorry guys. Yeah, finally I got the gloves. I tried to edit this part out, but I couldn't because if I edit it, I'm cutting into the measurement. So that's why, guys. Sorry, I just have to show you guys that part. So that's me using my hand gloves just for for preference. I don't know whatever. My hands are clean anyway, but some people will find it funny seeing you using your hand to mix the flour, but my hands are clean. See, I have to go and get another gloves because that one fell on the floor. I was just all over the place that day. So I use the glove for people that don't like seeing people mixing flour with their hand. But I think it's perfectly okay as well once your hands are washed and you just use your hands. It makes life much easier. So now all I do is that I just massage the flour and the butter together. You need to make sure you mix it well, and it comes to a kind of a crumbs. By the time you finish mixing the flour and the butter, you see it looks as if they are bread crumbs. That's when you know that your butter is well mixed into your flour and you have enough butter. Because if you mix it and it's still looking, some parts are still floury and some parts, that means the butter is not enough. So it's good for you to really get the measurement of the butter right. Because when I started doing meat pie before, I normally don't get the measurement of the butter right because I'm trying to watch my weight and not putting too much butter and all that. But in order for meat pie to be really soft, the butter measurements have to be right, and the water you put inside to your mixture, the softness of your mixture, that's what makes meat pie to stand out from other meat pie. And by God's grace, I believe my meat pie, I can boldly say that is perfect. I would say. I know I've had people tell me that it's perfect. That's why I'm able to say that it's perfect. My meat pie is the bomb. Yeah, it's yummy. So I give myself that kudos. Guys, you need to praise yourself because nobody will praise you. So you have to praise yourself. So that's me giving myself a tap in the back that I actually do good meat pies. Yes, so back to business, guys. That's me giving myself some love. So try that, guys. It's good to give yourself some love. So you just mix. You see the texture now. It's not like plain like the way flour is now. You see, it's looking like breadcrumbs. I know you guys can see how it's coming out. So it's just looking like breadcrumbs, which is perfect. My measurement of the butter is perfect. So the next thing is I'm gonna put eggs, then water. Like for a house, for if I'm doing it for our home and you are doing it for your kids and you want it to be rich and nutritious for your kids, instead of putting water, you can actually use the fresh milk to bake your meat pie. My auntie normally does that because she's making it for the kids. It's not for sale, and she knows that the kids are not allergic to dairy and all that. But if I'm making it for an order, I normally use just water because I don't know if the person ordering it are allergic to dairy or anything. So I just go with the safe side, use water to mix it. But if you're doing it for at home, there's an option of using milk if you want to make it more nutritious for your kids and for your family. So that's the consistency you come out with. So that's me just digging a hole into the middle for me to put my eggs. Yeah, so that's the egg. I put in my eggs, and the next thing, I put in 2 eggs, but it's up to you if you want to put some more, fine. But as you put 3 eggs, as you're putting it, be mindful that it's liquid. so you'll be gauging your water as well. Don't put too much eggs and come and overflow it with water again. Then you will not have to come and put plain flour to add it. So you see, I just brought a cup of water. I didn't pour all because I have to make sure, mix it and see that it's okay before I add more water. It's better you put less water and come back and add more than over putting water, then you have to add plain flour, which will now make your measurements off balance. So it's better you mix it with a little water and you feel that the texture is too strong and you add more water than putting too much water. I believe you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Put the water step by step. If you're using milk, put the milk step by step. Don't put all the cup of the milk or water in at once. Put it little by little. So that's me mixing the egg and the water together. You see, it's still a bit, the texture is still a bit strong, so I'm gonna add a little more water. I'm gonna add a little more water to it, so it's safer to be adding water as you go than to just flood your dough with water. So guys, see, that's it. Put some more water. You just drop, mix again and see, because you can easily overpour water with meat pie, and it's very important that you get the texture right. It's very important you get the texture right. So just mix. This is where the main work is, just to mix the dough, to get the dough ready. Then the next thing is just to roll and cut. Roll and cut. So I'm just still mixing. That's kind of a bit of a hand exercise. Normally I will put it on the floor, use my legs to hold it while I mix it. But I need to do it on the table so that I can film it. That's why I have to use one hand to hold it while I mix it with the other hand. But as usual, I'll put it on the floor, use my legs to hold it, or kneel by the side of it on the floor. See, I'm adding more water because the texture is still a bit strong. Like I was saying, I normally just put it on the floor and hold it and mix with my two hands. It makes it go faster. But because I have to do it on the counter for me to be able to film it, so that's why I have to mix with one hand and hold the bowl so that it will stop moving. But if I'm mixing it on the floor, my legs will be holding the bowl and my two hands is mixing, so it looks more easier and faster. That's what I do for you guys. See, I love when other people are able to do what I know. So the little knowledge I have, I always like to share it. I don't like keeping it to myself, so that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. I hope you learn and come back and tell me how your own meat pie turned out if you're able to try it out. And feel free to tell me whatever I need to do to improve. Even though I said I believe my meat pie is the best, I know there's always room for improvement. So don't just count me out. If you see there's something I did that needs to be improved on, please do let me know. I'm very happy to learn at all time. So you see the consistency. It's soft. You see, that's the texture you want to get. If you're not using glove, you'll be seeing that sometimes it may be sticking on your hand, which is okay as well. By the time you put it on the table to roll, or you put it aside for a few minutes before you roll it to be perfect. See, that's our perfect dough. You see, very soft, nothing so strong, so that's perfect. Important you get it. See these gloves, I'm not used to mixing my flour with gloves, but I have to do it. See, perfect. That's a perfect mixture. So the next step is up. I cut the part of where I was rolling just to save time, and what I use for cutting. You normally get a meat pie cutter, but unfortunately my meat pie cutter that came was too small, so I don't normally use my meat pie cutter. I use a bowl to cut it. So just to save us time, I cut that part out. So you just roll it and use whatever you have to cut. So that's my meat now. I normally use one spoon, one big full spoons on each of the meat pie. Put one spoon of filling, depending on the size you have. If you're making it bigger, and you can take a spoon and a half, fine, but I usually do just one full tablespoons for each meat pie. If I feel it's too small, I'll add to it, but normally one tablespoon works for each of the pie, and the size is perfect, I would say. So it's up to you on the size you're making. If your size is smaller, you can, like you see, my own spoon is very full. If your size of your meat pie is smaller, you can make the spoon less fuller, because you need the meat pie to close well as well. You need the meat pie to close well, so you don't need to fill in the stuffing and you can't close the meat pie well. So it's all about gauging the size you're making and putting the right quantity, because if you don't put the right quantity, it end up coming out in the mouth. So that's me having a little bowl of water, and I'm using it to rub the side, because when I close it, I want it to close so that when I'm baking, the meat pie will not be opening their mouth. So that's the secret between putting this water at the side before closing it, so that the meat pie will be close together, not opening their mouth once they start baking, once heat it. But the little touch of the water with the brush makes the meat pie stay close. So even when the heat is hitting it in the oven, it's going to still be intact. By the time you use the fork to press it, it will still be intact. But if you don't put the water to help it stay intact, by the time you press it with the fork, it will still open. So guys, so that's another step. So now I close every one of it. Close every one of it. Then we now get the flour on the table. Use our fork to press down the mat to seal it up properly. But if you're using the meat pie cutter, this part you don't need to do. You just use the meat pie cutter, close it, and it seals. It does the job the fork does for you. But because I didn't get the right size of meat pie cutter, my meat pie cutter that came, they were too small. So that's why I have to use this. That's my own manual way. So just put a bit of flour on the table, use the fork to press it down and close the mouth. That's the job of a meat pie cutter. But because I don't have a meat pie cutter, I think I have to end up getting my meat pie cutter from Nigeria, because all the ones I've ordered, or if you guys know anywhere I can order a meat pie cutter and get the right size, please do let me know. Put it on the comment section and let me know, because I desperately need it. And all the one I've ordered two, and they all come out small, not the right size. So I need the right size of meat pie cutter. But for now that I don't have the meat pie cutter, this is me improvising in my kitchen, using my fork to press it down and using a bowl to cut my meat pie. So that's why I didn't show you guys that part. But perfect if you have a meat pie cutter, or if you can order it and get the right size, that will work perfectly as well, and it will save you time as well. But because I don't have a meat pie cutter, imagine I have to go through and press each and every one of them like this. There was a time I make a meat pie about 500 pieces, and imagine I have to go through the stage doing this one after the other. It was exhausting. It took me 2 days to bake them, but I got through to them. But anyway, that's story for another day. Just because I couldn't get the right meat pie cutter, I don't know. But it's fun. I like baking. I like cooking, so I'm not complaining. I enjoyed every bit of it. So it's like putting an extra love to it. It's home baked. Every one of them perfectly crisp with my own hand. It's like my craft. So I do it perfectly, and I don't like my meat pie to like awkward funny shape. So each and every one of them is always perfect. To God be the glory, because I take my time and I make them right. So guys, that's it. That's basically it done. That's meat pie done, from the filling down to the mixture and the rolling and the cutting. Everything is done. So the next thing is just to put it in the oven, which is, it stays in the oven for 40 minutes and on 180 degrees. It depends on your oven. So each oven is different, but my oven is a fan oven, and 40 minutes, 180 degrees is perfect. That's my pan already greased. I put the foil on the tin and I rub butter on the foil, just for it not to stick to the foil when it's baked. And what I'm doing is poking the fork on it, is for air to be able to go into the meat pie to bake it from the inside. So if you don't put the fork, the inside is yeah, it's just for it to get the air inside and bake it well. And like I said, that's my pan grease already. So that's it. You just put it there, put it in the pan. I already mentioned the degrees, depends on your fan oven and all that. So that's it. Almost done, guys. It's just for it to bake now. And the last part I will do is to rub egg at the top of the meat pie, so that when you come at it, you look, the brownish look you see on meat pie is because of the egg you rub on it. So you just break one egg and rub it on it, just for it to be able to look brownish once it's baked, so that it won't be look whitish, to make it look colorful and attractive. So that's the main reason for it. Just crack one egg into a bowl, and you use your baking brush to just rub it on the body of the meat pie, to give it that, the brownish look of meat pie. You see, if you don't rub that on the meat pie, it's just going to make the meat pie look a bit whitish. But when you rub this on it, by the time it's fully baked and it's out of the oven, you see the color that comes out with it. That's the color that makes it look so beautiful. So that's a little tips and tricks of making meat pies. I hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as I enjoyed watching myself baked, and hopefully you guys get to try it out and let me know the outcome. I know my friend Enhanced by Bex, she always liked my baking, so thank you, girl. This is for you. I hope you're gonna be able to try this one out. But anyway, thank you. She tried the chicken popcorn and it came out perfect. So I hope you guys, someone else, get to try it as well. I know my friend Bola does. So that's it in the oven. That's my oven. That's it baking in the oven. See, look at that steam, guys. Our meat pie is ready. It's ready. That's after 40 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. You see the brown look I'm telling you guys? It's beautiful. Thank you guys so much for sticking with your girl. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's it done. That's your meat pie ready. That's all. My meat pie ready. It's ready for my order. So guys, well done to you guys. If you watch till the end, I love you and God bless you. More strength for your elbow. Thank you guys so much. So guys, that's it. Meat pie all ready. 40 minutes in your oven, fan oven. Thank you guys.